Hey folks, welcome back to Bullets and Brass. This is shoot number 2 for this video because the first one I chopped my head off right there. So today we are talking about the P80 build for the Glock 19. And clear. This is my build, not my buddy's. Very similar, but I have a Vickers slide stop. I have no rear sight dots. I got cheaper sights because I'm doing the RMR. He wasn't sure if he was going to. I'm probably doing the Hollow Sun one, but yeah. So I've got the plate, and I absolutely cheaped out on the sights. Cheap barrel, works great. I won't even tell you what brand, but I'm not a fan of fancy barrels for handguns. I think that unless you're using it for competition where that matters, screw it. By quality, make sure it's going to work. You know, everything's geometrically correct. But, you know, all the fancy carving, the fluting, the finishes, I just don't care. You do you. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I don't care. Stock trigger, stock parts other than the Vickers slide stop, which really, it's a pretty standard part, right? Kind of the standard mag release. I ground the crap out of the corners and sides so that it is not, there's no sharp edges except on the flat face of it. The ridges are still there. The edges are cleaned up. Much more comfy on my hands, doesn't grab on clothes, much better. I didn't do anything to the grip. I really like the grip on these. I think that getting your finger way up in the trigger guard helps. My fingers almost completely fit. I mean, there's just the soft part of my finger overlaps a little at the bottom. Not enough to care about. When there's a magazine in there, most of this is actually filled with a magazine. I may get a couple magazines with extended base pads so that that's all there, but it doesn't bother me. I'm not doing high-speed drills where that extra little grip pressure there helps. I think mostly that matters up front, and I've got full contact up front. This is a Rocky Brass slide. We both did the same slide. I like having the serrations up front and in the back, and I think that these are nice serrations. They're thinner, you know, meaning shallower, but they're sharp enough that you don't not get a grip. It doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take, I'm not to, you know, grab real hard, but they're not deep and sharp enough that they're grabbing on things. I think a lot of really aggressive serration is overkill. It is creating more problems than it solves. Overall, I have not any problems. I did do a separate non-captive spring guide, recoil guide, and a slightly lower power main recoil spring. Not excessively lower. What we were seeing on his and potentially on mine was that with lower power ammo, with cheap practice ammo, the slide comes back and it mostly makes it, but not 100% every time. It doesn't always lock back. And part of that was the slide stop. He had the extended slide stop, and I had one in my kit. And that was why I put the Vickers on, because that way my thumb doesn't hit it. My thumb sits right there. I mean, right there. So I figured it was worthwhile. Now let's see if I can get this back in without a whole lot of drama, because I am notoriously bad at it. Hey, the first time I did that on that took me about 2 or 3 minutes and 10 tries. Yeah, it's not like my 1911s. My 1911s, that's easy. I don't know why it's so much tougher with this. Spring weight's similar, guide rod is similar. I don't know. Um, oh, you know what it is? There's a cup in front. When you don't have the captured guide rod, there's a cup in front. Yeah, that's what it is. Uh, so overall, I've been really happy. I really like the grip. I wish there was a little bit of convexness, a little bit of bulge to the outside of my hand. Meaning, when my hand's like this, there's a little cave there. There's a little gap, and I wish there was filled. I wish there was something in there other than down at the bottom and in front and back. Not getting it, and I wish it was there. I may do that. I may build up some plastic there and texture it. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. But the only issues I had, the pin back here, really did not want to line up quite right. I ended up chamfering the end of the pin enough, and basically it was a two-person job. Press down, hold it in place, get the pin through the first hole in the piece of metal, and then put it down on the bench block. Still have somebody, pressing it in really tight because I couldn't get a clamp that would hold. It was a really weird angle. Imagine if you have some fancier clamps than I do, but got it in tight, pound, 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 and went through. But if you didn't chamfer that pin, it was not happening. I don't know if that was me screwing up my drilling. I did do it freehand, so could have screwed it up. I don't know if it was the fit between my parts and the slide, or parts in the frame. In the grand scheme of things, it was a minor issue, easily solved. So I'm very happy with it. I have taken it out and shot it. It's working great. If you have any questions on yours, or if you're thinking about doing it, give me a note. Put a comment down below. Any questions? Right now, slides are tough to get, really tough. They're out there, they're available, but it isn't super easy. For me, I want it bare basic. My goal is literally, this is an emergency kit gun. This is the kind of thing I leave in my emergency gear, and it goes to the range once on a blue moon. It gets used, but I'm not using it regularly. It is oh shit, I'm grabbing the bag and going. I don't have to worry about, oh crap, which gun am I grabbing? Do I have ammo for it? Do I have magazines for it? No, it's all package deal. And I didn't want to dedicate any of my other firearms to that job. But I wanted something that was comfortable, that was practical, and that worked. And I'm willing to put in the testing to make sure this works properly. The 100 rounds I've fired so far doesn't count. That's just getting going. But, 1,000 rounds from now, I'm going to go, okay, either we're good or we're not. So let me know if you have any questions. There's tons of videos on these out there, but a lot of them are really nitty gritty. If you just got questions on the process, on, hey, where should I buy one? What are the legalities? Hit me up. I may not know the answer, but I can find out, or somebody else in the comments can chime in. We don't have a ton of people, but it seems like the people we do have run from bare beginner to pretty advanced users, pretty advanced shooters who have a lot of experience. So get in there, see what you know, ask questions. It's going to be good. Take care, guys. Have fun. Keep safe. Wow. Screwing up my own outro. Stay safe. Have fun. Keep shooting.